should
everybody.
say, whoever turns their camera on can win prizes. Whoever doesn't turn their camera on, we might have to withhold, and I don't want to do that.
That's right. I think that's a good idea. The only negative thing is, at least on my screen, the people who have their camera on, I can't see their name, and the people their camera's off shows their name, but that's okay. Rather see your faces than your name.
That's true.
So if your camera is on, just show by a raise of hands. Let us know, first of all, if you're a Thrive Life consultant, raise your hand. A few of you. How about if you're a customer who has tried Thrive Foods before? Raise your hand. Okay, a couple of those. And if you've never tried Thrive before and maybe don't even know what it is, raise your hand. Okay, looks like at least the people have their cameras on. Everybody has at least a little bit of knowledge or exposure to Thrive. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk about the food, why this food is amazing, why we use it every day, why we think everybody else should, why we think you should have a big store on hand of it. We're going to talk a little bit about the best ways to get Thrive, and we're going to give away some prizes. We're going to have some fun. We're going to cook a meal. So yeah, should we get into it?
Yeah, but your head's cut off, so I think you should do something about that.
I want to show the food down here. So
oh, okay. Well, they don't want to talk. They don't want to.
I'll duck. I'll duck down to Lisa's level.
Does it look like his head's partially cut off when he stands up straight? No, it's just me.
All right,
okay.
It's just you.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. If I can see that, share screen.
And if you have any questions, we have chat going on, and
Tracy's
Tracy
on here.
is
Yep.
on that. So grateful for Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. So if you have any questions or you're not sure what we're talking about, feel free to chat in.
Yeah, or we've got a few giveaways, and this is the first one. And this only people who are not Thrive Life consultants can qualify to win these prizes, because we want to spread the Thrive love to people who maybe don't have a lot of it or haven't tried a lot of it. So that's why this is limited to non-consultants. First question, what % of nutrients are retained in the freeze drying process? So chat in. Tracy's going to watch that. Tracy's awesome. She helps us out with these. She is thousands of miles away from us up north of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Yeah.
But she's awesome. She supplies us with freeze-dried cranberries when we can't get them here. And also helps us out with this chat. So chat in if your guess, if you don't know, what % of nutrients do you think are retained through the freeze drying process? Okay, and the person who's closest will win a $10 Thrive credit. So the credit can be used towards purchases. All you have to do is set up an account. If you already have one, that's fine. If you don't have one, if you've never purchased Thrive, then you just set up an online account, and then we'll put that credit into your account. So let me open up the chat. Looks like we've got it. Let's see if I go an 85 and 95, 190. What does that say?
98.
Robert, I need glasses. I can't see. This is right outside of my range. Okay, Robert nailed it. 98%. Okay, so Robert, if you are already have an account, then we will just put that into your account. If you don't have an account, all you got to do is log on to thrivelife.com, set up an account, and we'll put that in there.
Yeah, the information that we really need is just your first and last name and your email. And
yep.
that
Whatever email you use.
Actually, don't log on to thrivelife.com. Log on to the website of the person who invited you here.
Then create. Thank you, Tracy.
Tracy keeps me in line. You know, right as I said that, I thought, ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Thrivelife.com, you just get lost. You don't get any help. You want to consult the website. So throughout this call, we're going to be telling you, whoever it was that invited you to this call, that's the person you should be getting back with. There's a lot of consultants on this call. A lot of them have customers or friends or family or whoever on this who are learning about Thrive. So whoever it was that invited you to this, that's the person you want to get back to with the credit or with the other things we talk about throughout this.
Yeah, but if you
call.
don't, sometimes we randomly have people just show up on this call and they don't have an upline. If that's the case, please let us know.
Yep. All right, so let's get on with it. Let's talk a little bit about freeze drying. This is Thrive Life's first freeze dryer. They got their 2 freeze dryers. I don't even know how long ago, 5 or 6 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe a little longer than that. Prior to that, we were getting our freeze dried food from big industrial freeze drying companies. There's only a handful of them in North America. And we, like most other freeze dried companies, were buying those foods from an industrial freeze dryer. About 6 or 7 years ago, we bought our own first 2 freeze dryers. This is just the very front end of it. It's like as long as a bus. Goes way back and freeze dries, hundreds and hundreds of pounds of food all at once. And a little while later, a year or so later, they added another freeze dryer. And then last year added 2 more or 3 more. I've lost track. Have 6 more on order that'll be coming this spring and installed and up and running by this summer. And then just last month on this call, we announced that Thrive Life just purchased another large freeze drying company that I think, don't they have like 50 freeze dryers?
Yeah, they have a lot, and they have a lot of product that we don't have right now. And so we're super excited to be one of the world's largest freeze drying companies.
Yeah, the acquisition of this freeze drying company, and they're in Central California, makes us the largest freeze dryer in North America. And that just shows you how big the freeze drying industry is, that it's growing. In order for us to keep up with the demand, we have had to scale at this really rapid rate in order to just keep ahead of it. And sometimes we're playing catch up, sometimes we're ahead.
Yep.
But
We're not
once,
perfect.
once we get all these extra freeze dryers online, we're really gonna be in a great position. That's one thing that we really love about Thrive, is that they're always forward thinking and always planning for the future to stay ahead of the curve.
Yep.
So if you haven't been living under a rock for the last couple of years, you might have experienced something like this from time to time. Maybe it's not everything, maybe it's water, maybe it's toilet paper, whatever it is. We hear about supply chain disruptions all over the world. Canada, how bad is it right now? Maybe the trucking thing hasn't hit everybody yet, but that's going to create an impact. My background before I started with Thrive 10 years ago was in supply chain management. And it's amazing what a little small disruption in the supply chain can have, this ripple effect that goes on and can go on for months and months. And we've seen that over the last couple of years, whether it's in trucking or ships, container ships, or just being able to get raw materials or whatever it is. We've seen that how that can impact us and create these shortages. We've seen it with Thrive Foods from time to time. Yeah. That's something that's really real in the world right now, and something that people have a lot of concern about. And one of the reasons why we're growing so fast and adding all this extra freeze drying capacity. So this is some more pictures of our freeze dryers. You can see how much they can hold. The great thing about us doing the freeze drying is not only are we doing the freeze drying, but we source the foods from the growers. So we work directly with growers all over North America to source our foods, and pretty much everything is sourced in North America. And we don't get things from South America or China or things like that. Our foods are sourced in North America, which means they're the top quality. And we in fact have what we call the Nutrilock promise, which is a 40-step proprietary process. That's the word I was thinking of, that ensures the quality of our foods from the grower all the way to the table. And so you want to talk a little bit about the foods?
Sure. So our product is just simple, clean food. When you get a can of strawberries, it will have these little symbols down at the bottom or on the label, but it also is just strawberries. Like the one ingredient that is in there is strawberries. There's no sugars, there's no salts, there's no preservatives. It's just a strawberry. And that's why it's so amazing when you put that first strawberry that you have on your tongue and you're like, oh my goodness, this is so delicious. Mm-hmm. And And so we are just a simple, clean food company, but we're also kind of touted in the industry as kind of a whole foods company. There's a lot of companies out there that mix their foods, dehydrated and freeze dried. And when you do that, you have to put a lot of preservatives in there. So
yeah, they're very processed.
They're
When you
very
get a meal
processed.
like, oh, here's a freeze dried teriyaki chicken dinner, it's going to have all kinds of ingredients, all kinds of preservatives, additives, things you probably wouldn't want to eat on a long-term basis.
right. So it's the healthiest choice to have is just whole foods that you can make your own dishes with.
Yeah, and we're going to show you in a few minutes how we make dishes, one of our family favorites, and just using these whole ingredients. It makes it really quick, simple, easy.
So here's the benefits of freeze drying. Number one, taste. The taste is really, really good because that nutrients is locked in when they pick that strawberry. The taste is amazing. The nutrition is high. 98% of the nutrition is retained and freeze dried. No preservatives. You know, more and more moms just don't want the preservatives in their food. Children, my grandchildren eat more natural foods than, you know, fruit snacks out of a bag. So the less preservatives, the better. And then of course, you know, the 25-year shelf life is amazing to have food that long of a time and still have all the nutrition in the can. But what's pretty amazing to me that's not on this list is that once you open that can, it will last you 2 years. So if you're like me and you love mushrooms, but you couldn't always keep them in your refrigerator because they go bad by day 2, then you love this concept because you can have delicious, fresh mushrooms with a little splash of water on them. They come back to life. And I could never do that for years. And the other thing is onions. Onions were one of my very first things I tried, and I didn't cry and I didn't have to chop. And I was like, where do I sign up for this food? This is amazing.
Yeah, it's really nice to be able to have these things on hand. Like Lisa said, these are all open cans that we just have in our pantry. And when we go to make a meal, we just grab the things we need. You know, you can see here, there's potatoes, carrots, onions, butternut squash, celery, all these things that we use in dishes. We don't have to run to the store to get them. We just have them in our pantry. So that's really nice.
You know, freeze dried is kind of like farmers market. We love farmers markets because you can go there and you can get the ripest fruit. Because I have a friend that goes to farmers markets and they pick those blueberries the night before, and you have all that nutrients and they're delicious. And that's what freeze dried lends to the marketplace. Now, you probably think, oh, well, I'll just run to the store because the store is the best place for me to get my produce. Actually, no. Bananas are picked when they are very, very green and do not have any nutrients by the time they get to the store. By the time they get to your shelf or your counter at your kitchen, they're banana bread ready. They turn brown within a day or two. And that's because they've traveled so far to get to your store. So here's just a couple of facts. 100% vitamin C content in spinach is lost by day 4. Up to 40% vitamin C content in pears and mangoes and pineapple is lost by week 1. Does that say 1? Yes, by week 1. Like, you know, and 62% of phytonutrients contained in broccoli is lost by week 2. So we're losing when we go to the grocery store.
And you don't know when they were actually picked. They may have been picked a week or 2 or 3 before they get to your store. And so all this could already be gone before it even gets to you.
True. So again, Thrive Foods versus the grocery store, up to 52% more vitamin C you'll see in broccoli. Raspberries, one of my very, very favorites. Up to 52% more phytonutrients. People often ask me, what do raspberries taste like? And I always say, if you love Sour Patch Kids, you're going to love raspberries. Here's some of my grandkids just loving the cheese, raspberries, yogurt, peas, pineapple. They love it all. They don't discriminate in the pantry. They just go for it all.
When they come over to our house, they go to the pantry and grab their favorite can. They don't go for the cookies or candy or, like Lisa said, the fruit snacks.
They want the freeze-dried stuff first and foremost.
Yep. So you ready to cook something?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we're going to cook a family favorite. And got a question, a trivia question. We're going to give away another $10 Thrive credit. So if you're not a consultant, get your fingers ready to type this in. Now, this is a little bit of a subjective answer because I found several on the internet, several different variations of the answer, but I'm going with the one I picked. What country has the highest consumption per capita of curry? Because that's what we're going to be cooking tonight is curry. So chat in your guess of what country you think has the highest. India. Okay. Nat. What else?
Curry. Somebody loves curry. Tracy.
Any other guesses?
India.
Okay, there's another India. It's actually India is not the answer we're looking for. It's in the top 2 or 3, but I think you'd be surprised at the answer here.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting.
United States, no. Any other guesses? China, no. So curry is big in Asia. Pakistan, all of these countries eat a lot of curry. Malaysia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, India, Indonesia. Britain eats a lot. Britain actually does eat a lot of curry. They're in the top, you know, like I said, I looked at a lot of different websites and England showed one top in some and others, but I'm going with, and nobody's got it, Thailand eats a lot of curry. I am going with my favorite. Okay, there it is, I think. They spelled it wrong.
There you go.
Japan.
Who is that? Brad
Kessler. Okay, Brad, you nailed it. Japan. Okay, this is Japanese curry. I lived in Japan for a couple of years. I ate curry every single week. We would make a big pot of it and we would eat it for 2 or 3 days. In fact, Japan, the average consumption in Japan of curry is once a week. The average Japanese person eats curry once a week. They eat it, there's curry restaurants, they eat curry at home, they eat a lot of curry. And if you've never had Japanese curry, it's a little bit different probably than Thai curry or Indian curry. It's similar, it uses curry powder, but Japan, their biggest company that makes it is called S&B. And I don't know if in Canada, but in the United States, you can get this pretty much anywhere. We picked this up at Walmart. Pretty much any grocery store in the international food aisle will have S&B curry mix. And what it is it's just a little cube of a curry mix. It's a hard cube. So
chop it up.
Yep. So we're going to show you how we make this. So like I said, I lived in Japan a long time ago, like 40 years ago. I lived in Japan.
Another lifetime ago.
And ate a lot of curry. S&B curry, same stuff. When I came home, we got married. I made curry the first time and Lisa smelled it. And she's like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm not eating that stuff. And then one day she was at work and said, I am so hungry. Can you bring me some food? And I had made some curry a couple of days before. So I put some curry and some rice together and brought it over to work. And she was so hungry, she ate it and she was hooked. She was hooked. Our kids and our grandkids have been raised on it. They all ask for it whenever they're coming over.
So they get to decide on their birthday what we have for dinner. We have 11 grandchildren. Every single one asked for curry.
Yep.
And I'm like, come on, don't you want pasta or tacos or something else? But no, it's curry.
Yeah.
They love it.
Pretty interesting. But anyway, back before Thrive, let me just tell you, here are the ingredients that I use: onions, carrots, celery. If you know anything about cooking, those 3 things are like the foundation of stews and soups. Okay, carrots, celery, onions. We always have cans of this in our pantry because we use it for so many different things, right?
Can you stop sharing your screen so we can see you better?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm so glad you said that because I forget that every time. Okay, can you see us better now?
Yes.
I think I can actually like pin.
No, don't stop.
All right, pin me. Maybe that's only on my screen, but anyway, okay, sorry about that. So now you can see us better, right? Is that better, Tracy? Okay, so where was I? Oh, so those 3 ingredients. Think about cooking for 10, 15, 20 people and having to chop enough onions, celery, and and carrots for a stew, how long that would take. And then add in peeling potatoes, chopping the potatoes, chicken or beef. You can use whatever meat you want. And then we have started throwing in butternut squash because we absolutely love fried butternut squash.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Just think what it would take you to wash, peel, chop all of the ingredients. I can tell you, because I used to do it, it was about 45 minutes to an hour to prep all of these and get them ready just to go into the curry. So I'm going to show you now how we do it. So Lisa, if you wouldn't mind opening these up.
Yep.
You go ahead and open these. Is my measuring cup over there?
Yeah.
So I don't measure anything. If you look, well, I measure the water. That's the only thing. If you look on the box, it'll tell you put in potatoes, carrots, celery, onions, and it kind of says how much. I don't worry about how much because it really doesn't matter. You can put whatever you want. I just scoop a little out, whatever I think's good. So there's the celery. I'm going to throw a little celery in. I'm going to throw some a scoop of those are potatoes.
And those are the potato chunks. This is one of the only ones. We don't use the freeze-dried potato chunks in the curry. We use the dehydrated because the freeze-dried just fall apart too quickly. So we like the dehydrated.
Yeah, we have both, but we use the dehydrated chunks because they hold them together. Yeah. So this is the butternut squash. Okay.
It looks like almost like pineapple.
Think about butternut squash. If you ever cook with butternut squash, you got to have a saw practically to cut it apart. This stuff, it's sweet, it's good, and it adds a great flavor to the curry, we think. Okay, carrots.
Dehydrated product.
I'm going to throw carrots in.
We have dehydrated carrots, and the story behind that is if you freeze dry a carrot, it turns white. So we don't have white carrots.
These are chopped onions. And then I'm going to throw in some chicken because the chicken chunks are big.
And you can tear them up.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. But in the stew, because I'm cooking these in a crock pot, it breaks down pretty well. So I'm just going to throw in a handful of chicken. Okay, so there's everything that I'm putting in it. Okay, now here's a secret. Anytime you're cooking with Thrive and you want to adapt one of your own recipes to it, we call it Thrivealizing a recipe. The secret is, and the question people always have is, how much water should I put in? So the curry box says 2¼ cups of water. But what's going to happen if I throw 2½ cups of water in with all this freeze-dried food?
I don't know
what will happen.
It's
just going to soak all that water up, right?
Yeah.
And it defeats the purpose of the water I was going to put in that the recipe calls for. So what I do is I add water first to rehydrate, then I add what the recipe calls for. Now, how much water should I add to rehydrate, you might ask? The answer is until the freeze-dried foods float off the bottom of the pan. So it's gonna be hard to
let me help you.
Like lift up the computer and point it down at this. Lisa's gonna pick up the computer. Okay, up a little higher. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this in until everything lifts off the bottom. Boom, woo! Right there, everything floated. Okay, you can put it back down now. So as soon as everything floats off the bottom, that's enough water to rehydrate. Now I'm gonna add what the recipe calls for. The recipe calls for 2¼ cups. What I do with curry is now Japanese curry again is different. And with other Thai curry, Indian curry, a lot of them will use coconut milk or other things. Japanese curry uses water, but what my secret is to back off on the water, and at the end I add some half and half or some cream. And so it calls for 2¼ cups. I'm going to put 1¾ cups, and then I'm going to add a ½ cup of cream after it's cooked. If you put the cream in now, it's going to burn. And so I'm just going to add, in addition to what I use to rehydrate, I'm just going to add 1¾ cups of water. You just back off a little and add. I use heavy whipping cream. You can use half and half if you want.
At the very end.
Okay, so that's it. And I talked a lot, and it probably took 5 minutes. If I wasn't talking, that would have taken me about 1.5 minutes. Then all I do is I break up the curry into chunks, throw it in there, put the lid on, set it, and
forget it.
Okay, I'm going to cook it for about 7 or 8 hours, and it is going to be amazing. I'm going to serve it over rice. So unfortunately on this one, usually we taste it and show you what it tastes like.
Can't do that.
We can't do that on this one, but we wanted to show you how easy it is to make a meal. I mean, literally,
No, we call it curry in a hurry because
it
you
used to
just
take
throw it
us
in there
at
and-
least 45 minutes to an hour. It now takes 5 minutes. So
and it's so yummy.
all of our kids and grandkids, we have about 20 of us now, 21 of us, right? And
Yeah.
20, soon to be 3 more. So
Yeah.
soon to be 24 of us. Come over every other Sunday for Sunday dinner. And like Lisa said, a lot of times we make this, especially in the winter. And it takes us 5 minutes in the morning to put this in, put it in the crock pot. We make we use like 4 or 5 of these boxes. This is 4 servings. So we use
This
4.
would be good for like, if
Yeah,
there's
we'll
like
eat it.
2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the
Yeah,
little boxes.
But they sell it in bigger boxes. You can make as much as you want, but we do a big huge
box.
crock pot full of it when our family comes over, and it's gone. And
Yeah.
I mean, everybody comes back for seconds and thirds.
Yeah, you just
So
throw
just
it in
a
there.
really quick, easy recipe that, you can do this with any of your family favorites, anything you find in a magazine. It's like, oh, I need butternut squash, I need carrots, I need this, I need that. Oh, they're in my pantry. I can go get them. It's fun because you can just make
Yeah.
anything without having to run to the store and find everything.
Yeah.
Not to mention, with all the supply chain issues, you never are without something because
Yeah.
you can just have in the pantry. This, in fact, I was thinking about this when we pulled this out. All of the cans you notice were like this, these nice white cans with a little band, green band. The green means it's a vegetable. This one can looks different, right? What does that mean, Lisa?
Well, this one is our newer can. And
Right.
This one is a little bit older.
Right. And how long ago did we change over to these cans? Like probably 4 or 5 years ago.
5 years, at
So
least 5 years
we
ago.
still have tons of food in
We
these
still
old
have
cans.
potato chunks.
So what does that mean? That means we bought these potatoes at 2015 prices. Okay, and we're eating it now. So we have lots of food like that where we paid 2015, 2016, 2017 prices, and we're eating it now.
Yeah.
And so it really can save you money because you're eating
Yeah.
things that you paid a lot less for where they cost more now.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have to replace them, but who knows, 5 years from now, they could be a lot more than they are
Right.
now, right?
Right.
So anyway,
But the time to stock up is now. Just
yeah,
get a little bit going because you'll feel better to have a little food on hand.
yeah. Yeah, somebody asked about where to get the curry. We just buy, and S&B is the kind that we always use. This is medium. I would recommend mild unless you like pretty spicy. But you can get this pretty much any grocery store will have it.
Yeah.
Winco in Utah, Winco, Walmart always
Walmart
has
has
it.
it,
Every
Harmons,
grocery store in our area
Smith's.
has
Yeah.
it. So I don't know about Canada. Hopefully there's a lot of Japanese influence in Canada. So I think you could probably find it at the grocery store there. But I know here in the US, pretty much any grocery store has it.
Yes.
Yes, it is Japanese curry, Cindy. S&B is a Japanese curry company. And like I said at the beginning, I lived in Japan about 40 years ago, and we made it all the time and lived on this stuff. And Japanese people eat a lot of curry. So, okay, I'm going to go back to sharing my screen, and we're going to move on.
Okay, so did somebody get that answer right?
Yeah, that
The
was
Tracy, are we good on that name? Okay, perfect.
Kessler.
Kessler. Okay,
All right, yep, we
perfect.
got it.
Congratulations.
All right, so let's keep going.
Okay. So I know probably none of you have this issue, but I have this issue. Waste was a big problem for me. I was throwing things all the time, mostly mushrooms, blueberries, things that went bad, just like that. I was throwing them away. And the struggle is real. We put things in there that celery, whatever it is, and then we have good intentions and then we never use it, right? So Thrive becomes the answer to that problem right there.
Yeah, I really, even if, like an onion, we're cooking for 2 now. we can, we made a little box of curry that we'll eat for the next few days, but when our families come over, we make a huge thing of curry. But when you're cooking for smaller groups, you might only need a half an onion. You cut that onion in half, put the other half in the refrigerator with all the good intentions of using it. And then a week or two later, you go and it's got branches growing out of it, right? Roots, shoots growing out of it.
Science experiment.
And so, yeah, it's nice that what we need, if we need a half a cup, we scoop out a half a cup. If we need 2 cups, we scoop out 2 cups.
Yeah.
Just whatever we need, we put it back on the shelf and it's ready for the next time.
Yeah.
So speaking of waste, we got another question for another $10 credit. And again, only non-consultants qualify. What % of the average food budget, family's food budget, goes to waste? This is North America. This is a Harvard study, I believe. So this is maybe not the Japanese one. Japanese curry was a little subjective. This is a Harvard study, so you can trust this one. What % of the average family's food budget goes to waste? Percentage. So chat it in. I'm going to see if I can see here. 80, 60, 40, 30, 30, 45, 40. I think we got the right answer. I can't even remember what it is. 32. Okay, so somebody was close. Somebody with 30. Susan Lamb, 30. Okay, we're giving it to you. Unless Tracy sees that somebody nailed 32, but from what I see, Susan was the closest. Okay, 32%. This one is actually the American Journal of Agricultural Economics in January 2020. We had one before that was Harvard, but it's varied over the 10, 11, 12 years we've been involved with Thrive, but it's always between 30 and 40%.
Right.
That's a lot of money. That's for the average family around $2,000 a year that just goes to waste, either into the trash or spoils.
And just think what you could do with $2,000 a year.
Yeah. And a lot of times we just say, hey, just take that money that you're wasting and reallocate it to Thrive, to the things you throw away. That's a great way to get started with Thrive. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how to get Thrive, Lisa.
Okay.
You see that?
I can't. Oh, I like to pay retail, said no one ever. So when Jeff was saying the best way to get the food is on the delivery, and I think we have a screen on that, is on our delivery. What is our delivery? It's basically something that you will set up and you have full control over. You pick the date you want it shipped out, you pick the foods that are in it, and it just comes to you. And I always tell people, because I talked to so many moms during the COVID period that didn't have any food, now is the time. Don't call me when we don't have any food. Stock up a little at a time. Every single month you're getting a little trickle of freeze-dried food that will last you so much longer than regular foods, and you'll sleep better at night. And so our delivery service, you get 15% off retail, and you get free shipping if it's over $100. Now, again, it goes back to this waste thing. For me, I said, well, I know I'm probably wasting $100 a month. I'm going to do $100 on my delivery. That's kind of how I did it. But think about how much you are wasting and your family is wasting it, and put a number to it and reallocate it over to Thrive. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yep. Perfect. So just a kind of a quick overview of the delivery service. So 2 ways to buy. You can either just place a one-time order, but on the delivery service, like Lisa said, you're going to get free shipping, 15% off. And so you get an email notification before each shipment. So you get warning to, if you want to change or update things, you can go in and customize your order at any time. You can change the shipment date. You can skip, pause, cancel anytime. You're in total control. It's not like this hardcore contract where, oh, I'm going to get, onions every month and I have no choice. I just get them. No, you choose the things you want each month, when you want it, and if you want to skip.
Yeah, if you're going on vacation next month and you want to skip a month, that's totally fine.
Yep. Another really cool thing that we do is we allow you to earn credit, and we've given some credit away today. But another way that you can earn credit is just to refer a friend. You tell people about Thrive, because that's really how our business grows, is through word of mouth. When you share your personal link, and anyone can get a link just by going to the website, setting up an account. If you've already purchased, you already have an account. You log in, you go to this refer a friend, and it'll say give 15, get 10. So you can either copy this link right here. I think I have this link, and send it by text, email, share it on social media, or you can fill in the names and emails down here, and Thrive Life will send it out to them. And then when they purchase, they'll save 15% on their order, and you'll earn 10% in Thrive credit for whatever their purchase. So if you send this out to several people and there's a total of $1,000 worth of purchases made up of a bunch of different people, you're going to get $100 in free Thrive foods. So it's really the way we spread the word, and we reward you by helping us spread the love.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I want to talk just a little bit about our favorite way. We think the best way to get Thrive, and that is by being a consultant. That's what we are. There's a lot of people on this call who are consultants. You've been a consultant for how long?
This year will be 13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
So long time, but we do it because we love it, right? A couple of years into it, I was able to quit my job and join Lisa full-time in the business. And that's what we do now. And we just love sharing, love telling people about it. But whatever you want, whether you want to make a full-time income or just be the go-to person for your family, there's a place for you in Thrive.
Yeah.
There's a lot of benefits to being a consultant. We won't go through all those, but if that's something that interests you, get with the person again who invited you to this, or if you're just interested in getting on the delivery or placing an order, the person who invited you onto this call is the person to get with. But I just want to really briefly talk about how consultants make money. I'm not going to get deep into the weeds about it. Just real high level. Again, if you want more information, get with the person that invited you. But what we love about Thrive and what really attracted us to this business was that it allows us to make residual income, which means we sell once, we get paid over and over and over again. Lisa said she's been in Thrive going on 13 years. She is still making money from events she did like this 13 years ago, where people have continued to order over the 13 years. And every time they order, she makes a little income, a little bit of commission on that. And so it allows you to build up this residual income where you can make money. As Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Mm-hmm. So it allows you to find a way to make money while you sleep, which is a beautiful thing. And probably our favorite thing about the commission plan is that it allows you to build up this residual income. So the commission plan is also very balanced. So it's not just a few people at the top making a lot of money and nobody else making money. Whatever you want to put into this business, you can get out of it. If you want to make just a little bit, maybe enough money to cover your own personal delivery of Thrive each month. Maybe you want to pay for kids dance or soccer or whatever, or you want to replace a part-time income. That's how Lisa started. She just wanted to replace her little income she was making working part-time. And over time, she's been able to grow that to where I could quit my job and join her full-time. So it's very balanced. And people who have just come into the business in the last year or two are some of our top earners. Yeah. So like I said earlier, there's two ways you can earn income: from one-time orders. That's people just go in, place a one-time order, not on the delivery service, or you earn through the delivery. And on the delivery, it's kind of cool. You make a sliding scale anywhere from 10 to 28% on the first month. And the way that works is the higher your total volume in new delivery orders, the more your commission is. And then as long as they stay on the delivery month after month, even if they skip a month and come back on, you earn a 5% residual. And so what happens is, you can see here this table. I'm not going to get into it deep, but if your total new deliveries were between $0 and $399, you would earn 10%. But if your total new deliveries were between $1,000 and $1,999, you'd make 12%. So the more of that new volume you bring in a month, the higher your commission. But you can see this line under that says builder bonus, and it's double that number. There's a really neat thing that Thrive Life allows us to do, and that's to double our commission. And we can double our commission not only on deliveries, but we earn money on new consultant enrollments, and you can double that as well. And the way that you double it is through what we call builder bonus. And builder bonus is just doing the things that it takes to grow your business each month. And so you earn 1 point for every new delivery and 2 points for every new consultant. And all you have to do is get 8 points in a month and you earn builder bonus, and your commission on your new business for that month doubles. So if you were going to make $500 in commission, you do builder bonus, suddenly that 500 is 1,000 if on the new business.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, Lisa. Lisa always likes this part. If you got 3 new consultants in a month, how many points would that
3
be?
times 2 is 6.
And then you got 2 new deliveries.
I got, okay, that's 8.
So that's 8. Would
Ding,
you get
ding, ding,
builder
ding,
bonus?
ding.
What if you got 6
Hey, no,
new
that was good. I got that right.
6
Quit asking me
deliveries.
numbers.
6 deliveries.
Oh my gosh.
And 1 consultant, new
Yeah.
consultant. What would
6,
that be?
7. No, 8, 9. No, so 8. See?
See, she
See?
loves math. I always put her on the spot like this.
See, the computer just does it for me, so I don't have to like.
But it's really not hard to earn builder bonus.
Yeah.
In fact, there are people on this call right now who have earned it every single month that since it was instituted, 5 years
5
ago?
years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it can be done, and it's a great way to increase your commission. Like I said, on any new business you do for the
On
month,
new
it doubles
business.
the commission.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways. I'm not going to get into all of them. I keep saying this, but there's so many different ways that you can earn money. That's kind of the foundation. We also have a premier bonus pool where they take 2% of the company's commissionable sales and spread that over people who earn shares in the pool. You can earn overrides on your team sales. You can earn free and half off of Thrive credits, like the Thrive credits that we're giving away tonight. We earn those just by doing the business. And then we turn around and we could use them for ourselves, or we could give them away, and we're giving them away tonight. So lots of great ways that you can earn money, food, but really, like I said earlier, it's whatever you want out of it. If you want to pay for your own delivery, if you want to pay for activities for your kids, if you want to pay for a vacation or a car payment, or you want to make a part-time income, a full-time income, whatever it is, there's a place
in
for
just
you.
a dead-end job. You just want to get out of them and start something new. And this is a great way to do it.
Yeah. And what I love about it is we had a really busy day today, and we came home, no preparation. I don't even have shoes on. Okay. Just grab this food out of the pantry, and we're doing this. We're spreading the Thrive love. So it's something you can do from your home. You can, it's just talking and sharing, and it's really easy, and it's a fun business, and we've met amazing people and been able to do amazing things. And so if that's something that interests you, just being, whether, like I said, it's earning your own food, being the go-to person for your friends and family, or really going out and creating a business, whatever it is you want out of it, you can do it. And we'd love to help you do it. And the person who invited you to this call will help you as well.
Is this another question?
Okay, question.
Last question?
Yep.
Last question.
So very early in this, we mentioned 4 benefits of freeze drying. Now there are more than that, but 4 that we mentioned, the first person,
Let's see who took good notes.
who's not a consultant, again, who gets these 4 things that we mentioned earlier, benefits of freeze drying, is going to get another $10 Thrive credit. So I'm waiting for the chat to light up. Is everyone gone to sleep? Did we put everyone to sleep?
Come on, guys.
Nobody wants Thrive credit. That's it. Oh,
I signed in late. Oh, dang.
sorry,
Nutrition
Tammy.
value lasts long.
Okay, that's 3, right? There's one more.
Less what?
Less waste. That's 1. Yes, Cindy always knows. Okay, I think we're going to give it, let's see.
Nutrient content,
Shelf life. A lot of people are putting 1 or 2, and those are all good things. We're looking for the 4.
Economical.
There's 1 that was left out by Susan. Should we just give it to Susan? Taste.
Julie, she's a consultant.
She's a consultant. She doesn't get it. All right, we're going to give it to Susan. All right, Tracy. She got 3 out of the 4. So yeah, nutrition.
Don't you have a slide?
I don't know if I can. No, there's
Do you have
not
the
a
answer
slide.
slide?
I probably can't even get nutrition, taste,
Shelf life.
shelf life. There's 1 more.
No preservatives.
No preservatives. Okay. Somebody said less waste. That is definitely one. And we mentioned that. It wasn't on that original slide, but that's one. So there's lots of other benefits, but those are the 4 we're looking for. So yeah, thanks. There are really so many benefits. And so it really is a product that's really easy to share. That's why we love sharing with it. We love using it. And yeah, if that's something that interests you, then we'd love to have you on board with us. Do you want to talk to us a little? We're going to wrap up, talk a little bit about how Lisa got involved and what we've gotten out of this.
Yeah, this was me at our very first soft launch, we called it. And I remember I got the certificate because I became an executive and I was so thrilled. But I do have to tell you, there's other people like on this call tonight that were there with their certificates that hit silver. I think maybe somebody hit gold. But
I think it was just silver.
Silver was the highest.
Holly hit silver.
I think Holly did hit
one,
silver, but it was such a fun opportunity. And just getting to know people, and like over the last 13 years, so many amazing people have joined Thrive Life, and we are such a family-oriented company. And I feel like you have a place here. There's enough room for everybody at Thrive Life. And we would love for you to become a consultant or a customer, or so that we can just rub shoulders and be friends. And so it's just been a great journey. And I think, let's see, can you click on the last slide? And this is just a picture of our family. We have loved Thrive. All my grandkids eat it. It's just a wonderful food. It gives me peace at night so that I can sleep at night, because we have enough food now over the last 13 years that we've been getting Thrive. We have enough for our entire family and our neighbors and whoever else wants to come to my house and eat. We have enough. And so, to share Thrive is just a blessing in our life. And we are very grateful that it came into our life at the time that it did. And we're so grateful for all of you for spending your evening with us tonight and just being our friends and answering our questions and just being here tonight. So thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Now, Pat asked why you have to cook the curry for so long, and somebody kind of answered it. You don't have to cook it that long. We're using a crock pot. You can do it I've done it in Instapot, pretty quick. You can cook it just in a pan over the stove, in half an hour, 45 minutes, just until the vegetables cook. We really like it in slow cooker. One, because it's so easy. We just throw everything in there, turn it on in the morning, and by 5 o'clock when our family comes over, it's ready. But also I just think in a slow cooker, all those flavors come together and it really tastes amazing. So I highly recommend Rick cooking in the slow cooker, but you don't have to do that. You can cook it a lot faster.
One thing about this, I wanted to tell Tracy, our son killed a deer and we put the deer meat in and tricked the whole family and they all ate it and they're like, this is so great. And then my son's like, it was deer. So anyway, you could throw anything in there and they would eat it. It's so yummy.
Any kind of meat is good. Or you can do it vegetarian. It's really very versatile. You can put whatever you like in it. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. And so somebody says a lot of foods are out of stock. Yes, we are getting on top of it. So what you'll notice is that things come in and out of stock quite often. Because we do have a really good supply chain. We manage that from the grower to your table, really. But usually right now what the issue is just getting it into the freeze dryers fast enough. We have the food on hand. We're waiting for the freeze dryer to open up to put that food in. In between different kinds of food, you can imagine if you freeze dry onions in a freeze dryer, it's got to be pretty well sanitized after the onions. You put in the next thing, so the next thing your strawberries don't taste like onions. And so it's really a process, and that's why adding all these freeze dryers is really helping us out. So what we recommend, and what I always say, if you see that things are out of stock, that's the best reason to get on the delivery, because each month we have monthly specials, and you can just pick the things that are on special that month, and then the next month, hopefully, maybe the things that you wanted are on special the next month, and then you grab those things. And each month, just grab some things. There's always going to be things that you can use that are in stock. We understand that it is a challenge. It's challenging times. There have been other freeze-dried companies that one actually last fall ceased operations for 90 days because they just flat out couldn't get the food to freeze dry. We fortunately are in a really good position. So you'll see things, keep an eye on it. You'll see things come in and out of stock. When you see them in stock, what you want, jump on it, because in a few days it may not be there.
Yeah.
But then it'll come
I've been
back
waiting
again.
for peas for I don't know how long. Peas are one of our consumables around here, and we cannot get peas. So I keep watching for them. Every month I go in there and look for peas and see if they're back in stock.
We have a lot of peas,
Yes.
and so we can, all we need to do is replenish our supply. And that's the great thing, is you'll get to that point where, hey, if peas are at, like, I remember a few years ago, mushrooms were out of stock for like 6
and
months.
I died.
Well, no, we had mushrooms.
We did, but
And
I
so
ran
everybody,
out.
our customers were all calling, where's mushrooms? Where's mushrooms? We want mushrooms. But fortunately, it didn't impact us because we had tons of mushrooms.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about it, is you can stock up on the things that you love. And then when things are out of stock for a period of time, it doesn't impact you as much.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's ideal. We would love for everything to always be in stock, but these are challenging times for everyone, and the company is doing everything it can, putting all its resources into keeping on top of the supply chain. And like I said, if you just always keep checking back, you're going to find those things come back into stock a lot quicker than they used to. Yeah.
Yes, you winners. I need to know your name, first name, last name, and your email, so that I can drop that credit into your account.
I think Tracy's getting those. So
okay, and then and you'll see those probably tomorrow.
This curry's smelling really good. Yeah.
Mm.
All right, guys, thanks again for being with us. And we do
evening.
this every month on the first Tuesday of the month, 7 o'clock. So we'd love for you to join us next time. Invite friends and family, team members, whoever it is, anybody that wants to learn a little bit more about Thrive, invite them to this. And if you're a consultant, we really encourage you to do your own calls like this. They're a lot of fun. They're really easy. If you'd like for us to share our slides with you, we're happy to do that. And we will see you again next month.
Okay. Bye, guys.